So about 3 years ago now, I did a video on how to winterize your rabbit hutch. And that is my most popular video of all the videos I have made. And I thought, why not do a summer version of kind of the same thing? So we're going to talk about my tips on how to keep your bunny cool in the summer. So the first one is making sure your hutch is in a shaded area. You obviously should have a hutch with a solid roof on it so that there is shade from that. But in addition to that, it can be a good idea to make sure you put your hutch in an area that is not full sun. You always want to make sure they have a nice shady place they can go to if they don't want to be in the sun. The next thing I highly recommend is using a fan. I've talked about this so many times, and some people really do not like using fans for their bunnies, and that's okay. Personally, I have never had a problem with using a fan for my bunny. If you're having a more humid or a more still day where there's not much of a breeze outside, having a fan to keep that air flowing can really help cool off that area for them. If you are going to use a fan, do just take a few precautions and make sure that you have an area where they can get away from the fan if they do not like it. If you notice them just not ever wanting to be in front of the fan, you can totally take it away. And also make sure you never use the fan on a super high setting. I always have mine on the lowest it'll go. And make sure that your bunny cannot access the cord to the fan. This one is very popular, but if you have not already done so, you might want to try adding some frozen water bottles into your bunny's hutch. These are great for the bunnies to lay beside. Sometimes they'll even lick them, and it can really help them to cool off. Making sure you keep your bunny hydrated in the summer is so important, because if your bunny starts to get dehydrated, they can get sick really fast. They can stop eating and overheat, and it's not good. So you want to make sure your bunny has access to fresh water at all times. Make sure you are giving them their water in a large bowl and not from a water bottle. Water bottles make it really hard for bunnies to get the amount of water they need from them. Make sure you are refilling your water dishes daily. You do want to wash them frequently. You can also add ice to their water. You don't have to do this all the time. I like to do it usually in like mid-afternoon. I'll go add a cup of ice to Bernie's water dishes because that's the hottest time of day and it can really help to cool her down. Another thing you can do is give your bunny frozen treats. Now obviously, just like any other treat, you want to make sure you're feeding them in moderation, but I do have a video I just posted on how to make some different frozen bunny treats. Now, we all know how nasty things outside can get in the summer, especially if you have experienced living in the South. You know, things just get gross so fast, especially when it comes to the hutch. So here are some of my tips on how to keep things clean and bug-free in the summer. My first tip is to obviously just do full cleans frequently. If you struggle with keeping up on the cleaning of your bunny's hutch, what I would recommend is doing small daily cleans, picking up little things here and there, and then at least once a week I would schedule a day to go in, take everything out of the hutch, sweep it out, blow it out, you know, whatever you want to do, and then put your fresh bedding and everything back in there. Another really big thing for keeping especially the flies down is to stay on top of keeping your litter box clean. Whether this means cleaning it every day, every 3 days, you can even do just spot cleans daily. You don't necessarily have to clean out the entire thing. Also, make sure you are checking and of course refilling your bunny's hay daily, but when you do check it, remove any hay that is wet or soiled, because again, this just attracts more bugs, flies, all the stuff you don't want. Another tip I have for when it rains is to use a sheet of plastic to wrap the outside wire of your hutch. Now, do be careful when you do this and make sure that your bunny does have some sort of ventilation, whether you're leaving a strip of wire uncovered at the top or if you're leaving one end of the hutch uncovered. There are different ways you can do it, but do not wrap the entire thing. I really like the thin clear plastic because Brenny is actually still able to see through it a little bit, so it doesn't feel so much like she's completely closed in there, but it does help so much to protect her from the rain. And that is pretty much all the tips I have for summer proofing your bunny hutch. I hope you found this helpful. But don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you soon. Bye!